Manchester United are in dire need of a dramatic rebuild after a miserable season under Ruben Amorim, and despite failing to seal a return to the Champions League, a lucrative summer could be on the cards. Manchester United have a huge summer ahead of them after what has been a tragic season. The Red Devils finished lowly 15th in the Premier League, having lost 18 games throughout the campaign. They also failed to seal an unlikely return to the Champions League as they lost out to Tottenham in the Europa League final earlier this month. That looked set to be a huge blow to United's hopes of a huge rebuild this summer. But that might be slightly premature, with club chiefs already putting lofty plans in place for the upcoming summer transfer window. United could choose to spend heavily to bolster their side over the coming months, with a series of lucrative signings potentially in the pipeline. So, what could Ruben Amorim's side look like on the first day of next season? Mirror Football takes a look into the crystal ball. Starting in goal, there's a debate over the future of Andre Onana. The Cameroon goalkeeper has been blighted by a series of errors since his big money arrival from Inter Milan. And United could look to move him on a mid-interest from Saudi and raid relegated Leicester for Mads Hermansen. The Dane has shone during the past 2 seasons in the Midlands and could potentially be available for around £35 million. Moving into defence, the Red Devils look pretty well set. They spent huge fees on Lenny Yoro and Matthijs de Ligt last summer, and the pair look set to be a key part of the defence. The same could also be said of Lisandro Martinez, who looks likely to recover from the serious knee injury he picked up earlier this season. Patrick Dorgu should also remain in the side despite a slow start to life at Old Trafford. A number of defenders could consequently leave the club, including Tyrell Malacia, Johnny Evans and Victor Lindelof, the latter two having already confirmed their departures. Midfield could however look very different come next season. Atalanta midfielder Ederson has long been linked with a move to the Premier League, with Liverpool among those interested. United could muscle in on their rivals' interest, but it won't be cheap, with the Serie A side having put a £63 million price tag on the Brazilian. Manuel Ugarte looks set to be a key player under Ruben Amorim, particularly in games where that greater level of midfield graft, rather than craft, is required, after acclimatizing to life in the Premier League. Who should Man United sign this summer? Share your suggestions in the comments below, but question marks remain over Casemiro, despite his impressive displays towards the end of the season. Regarding other midfield exits, Christian Eriksen has already departed, while the future of Kobbie Mainoo remains up in the air. Bruno Fernandes could also be among those to leave, albeit Amorim and United chiefs will be desperate to keep the Portuguese playmaker amid serious interest from Saudi Arabia. United's season this term really stumbled due to their lack of goal threat, and that could see the club completely transform their front line. On loan stars Anthony, Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho could all be sold permanently. They could be joined by Alejandro Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee in leaving. The first attacking signing of the new era looks set to be Wolves star Matheus Cunha, who will likely put pen to paper at Old Trafford after United activated a £62.5 million release clause in his deal. He could also be joined by fellow Premier League star Brian Mumo. Reports have suggested that the Red Devils have opened talks for a £50 million deal for the 20-goal forward, but they could face competition from Newcastle. Finally, a new central striker could be on the agenda for United. Liam Delap is among the targets, albeit Chelsea look to be moving ahead in the race for the Ipswich star. That could potentially see United move their crosshairs to Victor Osimhen, who has spent the past season with Turkish side Galatasaray, and he could be available for as little as £51 million this summer. He would be the ideal replacement to solve the club's goal-scoring issue following another brilliant campaign. Potential Man United 11, join our new Man United WhatsApp community. Privacy notice.